Lingering bilateral issues. Tinubu to meet UAE authorities, and the rider says to equally advance investment promotion with high authorities in public and private sectors. That story is on page 9 of Al Jazeera newspaper this morning. Good morning, my lovely people. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. And this morning I bring to you Al Jazeera newspaper, being the 11th day of September 2023, and some of the headlines I'm seeing here today, well, is worth sharing. Yeah, and we have another story here which says Morocco mourns quake victims as death toll passes 2,000. So sad. That's a sad one, I tell you, my lovely people. That story is on page 7. You know, earthquake can be very, very disastrous. It's not something that should happen in any country. God have mercy. And again, we have another story here which says FCTA clarified crushing of impounded commercial motorcycles. That story is on page 6 of the Al Jazeera newspaper. Again, we have another story we said PEPC judgment victory for democracy, says Osibanjo. That story is on page 20 of Al Jazeera newspaper. Again, we have another story here which says Akeredolu resumes official duties after medical leave. That story is on page 22 of Al Jazeera newspaper. We thank God for his heart. Again, we have another story here which says YPP suspend Imo chairman over alleged abuse of office. That story is on page 6 of Al Jazeera newspaper. Again, we have another story here which says troops rescue 18 kidnapped victims in Zamfara, Katsina. That story is on page 8 of the Al Jazeera newspaper. Again, we have another, and that's a good one. We thank God for the rescue of 8 kidnapped victims. You know, kidnapping is something that irritates me a lot. I mean, why? Come on, people should stop doing this for crying out loud. Again, we have another story here which says Senate President appoint ex-rep spokesman Aibo as media advisor. That story is on page 17 of the Al Jazeera newspaper. Again, we have another story here which says people living with spinal cord injuries urge federal government states on rehabilitation. Wow, that's a good one. That story is on page 7 of a Al Jazeera newspaper. Again, we have another story. We say Unity Bank gross earning to 26.5 billion in 6 months. Wow, kudos to Unity Bank. The story is on page 15 of Al Jazeera newspaper. And these are the headlines we have this morning from Al Jazeera newspaper, and I felt it is very important to share with you as usual. Okay, thank you so much if you have watched this moment.